A very good day to you, and welcome to this week's edition of our weekly news roundup on Africa Today News New York. My name is Favor Aham, and these are the stories that made talking points for us in the week that just ended. We began the week on Monday by bringing you the report that fresh trouble could be brewing for President Bola Tinubu as the United States Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, came out to disclose that it would release approximately 2,500 documents relating to his drugs forfeiture case beginning from October. We also reported that bells were rung and the names of nearly 3,000 people were read out in somber ceremonies in New York, Washington, and Pennsylvania on Monday to mark the 22nd anniversary of the Al Qaeda attack on the United States. Still on Monday, we informed you that thousands of people were reported dead and many more still missing following a powerful storm that triggered a devastating flood in Libya. We move on to Tuesday, where we brought you the reports that a Royal Navy warship, HMS Trent, arrived in Lagos State, Nigeria to support the fight against illegal activities, including piracy and illicit trafficking in the sub-region. On the same day, we reported that Nigeria's opposition party, the Labour Party, came down heavily on Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka over his recent utterances against the party's presidential candidate in the last election, Peter Obi. The literary giant had in an interview wondered why Mr. Obi was claiming with every alacrity that he won the February election despite coming a distant third in the race. Still on Tuesday, we brought you the reports that the entertainment industry in Nigeria and fans were thrown into a state of mourning after reports confirmed the death of Nigerian rapper and singer Ilerioluwa Aloba, popularly known as Mohbad. He was aged 27 and the cause of his death remains unknown. On Wednesday, we informed you that in a move aimed at resolving financial issues in Nigeria, President Bola Tinubu instructed the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, to establish a quarterly reconciliation platform with foreign airlines. This initiative was put together to tackle the backlog of trapped funds in the country, which currently stands at over $600 million. We also reported on the same day that for the second time in less than 6 hours, the Nigerian national grid failed with a double collapse, plunging both households and businesses into darkness. Power generation plummeted by a staggering 93.5% to just 273 megawatts on the said day before the restoration process began. Still on Wednesday, we reported that the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, came out to describe the legal proceedings against former president of the United States, Donald Trump, as politically motivated persecution. You will recall that the Kremlin has repeatedly spoken out in defense of the former president, who is facing a series of charges linked to election interference. On Thursday, we brought you the report that the Board of Trustees of Nigeria's main opposition party, the People's Democratic Party (PDP), declared that it believes the party will get justice in the Supreme Court over the February presidential election, which saw the umpire declaring Bola Tinubu the candidate of the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC) as the winner. reported that the Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen was nominated for the FIFA's The Best Men's Player of the Year award after a stellar season for club and country. The striker had, over the past year, become Africa's leading scorer in the Serie A. In addition to his performance at club level, the former Lille man was on fire for the Super Eagles despite not making it to the FIFA World Cup in Qatar. Still on Thursday, we reported that the US military stunned analysts when it revealed that it has resumed counter-terrorism missions in Niger, flying drones and other aircraft out of air bases after it managed to strike a deal with the Niger junta. We move on to Friday, where we brought you the report that France's President Emmanuel Macron raised alarm when he declared that the French embassy in Niger had become an environment where the envoy is practically being held hostage. He went on to accuse the military leadership of hindering the provision of food to the embassy. On the same day, we reported that Mr. Peter Obi, who is the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the just concluded 2023 elections, came out to assert that Nigeria is gradually losing one of the biggest intangible assets that make a nation strong, which, according to him, is respect for the rule of law. Still on Friday, we reported that the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, and his North Korean counterpart, Kim Jong un, gifted each other rifles when they met at a space center in Russia. The Kremlin confirmed that Kim visited Putin at the Vostochny Cosmodrome in the Amur area of the Russian Far East. Finally, on Saturday, we informed you that the United States federal prosecutors officially brought forth indictments against Hunter Biden, the son of President Joe Biden, for alleged gun related violations as revealed in court documents. Lastly, we reported that in a rather shocking development, President Bola Tinubu nominated Dr. Olayemi Michael Cardoso to serve as the new governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, for a term of 5 years at the first instance, pending his confirmation by the Nigerian Senate. This came at a time the suspended governor of CBN, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, was still being detained at the facility of the Department of State Services, DSS, just as his deputies are being investigated for various infractions. Now that's the size of our package for this week. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Favor Aham.